morning. Just Kodak moment, just admiring sunshine, sunrise, sunshine. Isn't a lot of sunshine yet. No, we'll kick this thing in the guts. I just got to do a quick little electrical job. Just check the oil first, just after the boys serviced it yesterday. Make sure they've put enough oil back in it. Yeah, we'll do this little electrical job. Just got to. Just missing a plug out of the cabinet. It's been robbed, or it's rolling around the floor there somewhere, just to give a bit of power to the boom for the airbags, little compressor, and yeah, so we'll get it going and yeah, run out to the other farm. Okie dokie, we've got out here. Just had to make sure it was going to work. I hadn't, since we've swapped this over to Isobus, the screen's a bit different, and operating it, getting it to run's a bit different. So I had a bit of a play, chucked some water in it. I had a bit of a play around with it, and I couldn't actually get it to run. So today's Australia Day, for those that are following on from overseas, so public holiday today. I don't like ringing guys on after hours or public holidays, but I sent Jeremy from Dixon's Ag a text message, and he was good enough to ring me and just talk me through it. So we managed to get it to work. So anyway, quick rundown with how we do our sprayer. We've got a batch unit here, and where we can, as much as we can, we try and run a closed circuit on our with the chemical filling the boom spray. It's just a lot safer. We haven't got to handle it, so we've got 1,000 litre shuttle there, and it just draws out of the bottom of it through the batch unit straight into the sprayer. So we've got a few other bits and pieces here to put in, but the same thing, that 100 litre drum here, it's got a, just pull the top off it, it's just got what we call a micromatic fitting on the top of it, and yeah, we plug the hose in off the sprayer and just draw it straight into the boom spray without actually handling it. So I do have a little bit of chemical there that I've got a bucket in, but yeah, where possible we try not to handle it. Yeah, so we've got sort of elbow long gloves there. Yeah, anyway, we'll get going and then get a bit put in it and see if we can get it to work. After a few more dramas, yeah, we're going. Just spoke to Jeremy again, and yeah, couldn't get in the paddock, and it wouldn't actually spray. Standing still it would, but it was only a case of we just didn't have a box ticked on the GPS screen. So I don't know, guys that probably did touch on this a bit earlier on, but I don't know how well you can see that, but so yeah, we've got a sort of different setup now. So yeah, it gives you your tank level, your pressure and that sort of stuff, but it's on a separate screen, which is going to take a bit of getting used to. So basically we're putting on 80 litres to the hectare, so that's our target rate, and then we've got our applied rate, what it's actually doing up here. Still got the manual pressure gauge on the boom, so we can yeah, see what's going on. These paddocks are quite green, and this sandy country, light sandy country, grows a lot of rubbish. Yeah, very good at growing burrs and paddy melons, which are a bit like they've got a sort of creeper vine, a bit like a pumpkin. It's like potato, they grow under the ground. Yeah, so that's a bit more on that rundown. So that'll take a little bit getting used to, but it's still all section controlled and run by the GPS. Yeah, I just turn around at the end, and the boom will turn itself on and off automatically, which is good. If you bear with me 2 seconds, I'm just going to just turn around here to run. We've got this depression here that just with all the heavy rain has washed quite badly. We've got some bad erosion here, so yeah, when we get closer to sowing, so we've got a bit of coverage on the ground, we'll bring the laser bucket in and try and drag a bit of dirt back into some of these washaways and yeah, try and so we can cross it. But yeah, the erosion's a bit of a pain in the backside. So anyway, what I was just going to show you was what we get from. I'll just get Matt, our agronomist, he's been out and had a look at this paddock already. So he recommends what we put out, and he just emails out a recommendation like I've got here, and then yeah, those sort of numbers there, I just go through and work out. He just gives us a rate per hectare of the chemical, and then, you know, we at 80 litres we can spray 85 hectares with 6,800 litres of water or thereabouts. And then yeah, that's just the chemicals we've got to put in as a Foxborough. Yeah, and then something I haven't, because we sort of only picked this program up late last year, on my phone, I can then go in and enter into, well, Ag World off my phone what, yeah, like this job, I might create a new job, and essentially I'll just go new job and new actual, and then yeah, go in and put in what paddock it is and what chemical we used and what we've actually done, and then that'll sync with the cloud and it'll come up on the laptop at home. Righto, we've got the spraying finished for today. Still more to do, as I mentioned. Yeah, just here on the other tractor, I'm just gonna fire the little solar pump up that we've got here on the Moala Canal, just to pump a bit of water up to the tank up on the top of the hill and just top it up. It's about half full. You can hear him start up. Yep. And then we're just generally, just to make sure it's pumping, the pipe should turn cold with the cold water coming in from over the channel, hopefully, if it's working properly. Not yet. Anyway, we'll just jump over and have a look and make sure the suction's not hasn't come out of the water or something silly like that, which happens. Just this, it flows pretty quick at times, just the channel, and you get sticks and rubbish coming down the water, and yeah, can get hooked on the suction, and it yeah ends up hard against the bank or something like that, and it's not won't be working. So it looks all right. There is a bit of stuff hanging around it, but it's got a stick there, so look, it's probably all right. The biggest issue is it'll suck rubbish in and into the foot valve, and then the foot valve doesn't close and it loses prime. So I might just pull that round and pull that bit of crap off that. Much better. Yeah, it doesn't pump usually holds prime all the time, but yeah, if it just gets a bit of rubbish around the foot valve, it sucks it in, and the foot valve stays open, and then it loses prime. And if you're not careful, you turn the pump on if you don't check it, and the pump's running dry and doesn't do the pump a lot of good. So anywho, we'll just check to make sure we're going all right, and then yeah, we'll have a bit of look at what we're cutting here, whether it's hay or what, but anyway, we'll have a look. Alright, so this is the arrowleaf clover that's sort of gone down. It's got lucerne and that through it. Probably not the best example here. Yeah, look, I don't know whether we're wasting our time here or what we're doing. We were just looking the other day, if you watched one of the earlier ones, the seed's sort of in that bit, so there is, you know, there's still still a bit of seed there. It takes a bit of catching that stuff, but look, it's probably, there is still a bit of green stalk in that, so it would probably make all right stuff. Look, it's not going to cost us a lot to do it. It's going to freshen the loosen up that's underneath it. Not ideal, but as I said there the other day, it's you sort of take what you get at times. And look, we can whether we put it into rounds or it's probably going to go better into squares, just being that bit drier. Yeah, put it into squares and, you know, stack it up for a not so rainy day. So, but yeah, I don't know what's here. There's not a lot. There might be 4 or 5 hectares, something like that. So, and Brendan's done the other part of the paddock down the bottom there yesterday. So, yeah, whether we rake it or the rows are probably good enough, we can just run around with the baler and pick them up. It won't need a lot of curing. Give it, you know, middle of next week or something for that loosen to dry out that's in it. But yeah, anyway, it's, as I said, it's not costing a lot, and it's, yeah, we stack it up. It will stop raining again, we know that. It's done it in the past, and if you listen to all the experts at the moment, they're telling us the drought's just around the corner. So, pretty positive buggers, I can tell you. But 3 pretty good years, and next all of a sudden it's going to go, turn that off, all of a sudden it's going to go out the window, just like that. So anyway, I think they're only guessing. So. But we'll get this done and get home and, yeah, find something else to do. Okay, back at home, got the mower blown down, had a bit of lunch, a late lunch, got the 828 here. The problem the other day, if you were watching along, been watching along, the drawbar heights on this tractor compared to the case are quite different. Just with the 46-inch rims, it stands quite tall, and the drawbar height on the baler is pretty critical from all reports. Just got to be, I think, 510 mil or something like that. So what I'm going to try and do is I can pull a pin out and flip that drawbar over, and that will hopefully give us what we need. We tried to put it on the other day and it was just far too high. So we might have a crack now, and because the Magnum's on the case is on the boom spray, so it'll be on it now for another week or so potentially. Sorry, just looking at a chain there. Yeah, so I reckon this loosen might nearly press tonight, the stuff that we've raked, so which will be good if we can start and get it in a bale. So yeah, but sorry, it was nearly landed on the end of my nose. You're wondering why I pulled a funny face for. Yeah, so I just want to try get this hooked up and see whether it's going to work or not, and we'll plug the isobus in because this baler is isobus. So the guys, before they delivered this tractor, I think, or might have been when they were had it in there putting the jewels on it, they did plug it in and set it fired up. So hopefully we can just plug the lead into the isobus and it comes up on the screen in the tractor, and that'll be sweet if it does. So anyway, we'll get to and get this out and see how we go. Alrighty, bit of success. Yeah, so we've plugged the isobus in. That's basically what we see on the little baler screen when we're baling. So yeah, it's going to work, which is good. So we can, I think we should just be able to actually just press it how you would and adjust the pressure. So that's in auto. Anyway, we'll have a play with it once we get the baler going. So but oh yeah, we can just, yeah, not too sure how it'll work, but yeah, it's a bit different to, obviously it's different to the actual baler screen. So anyway, we'll I've got a couple of hydraulic hoses around the wrong way here, so we'll have a play with them, get them sorted, and yeah, chuck a bit of grease on him and we'll be right to go. Alrighty, so this is just some of the loosen that we cut. I forget when we cut it now. I think it's, what do we do up to today? Must have cut it Monday, I suppose the boys are doing it. Yeah, so it's probably, yeah, it's not quite ready yet. We've still got a few we can't, the top's all right, you know, or top's even a bit leathery yet, so yeah, this is going to be the stalk. Dust seems to want to blow. Yeah, it'll probably, I think it's going to warm up over the weekend, but still plenty of juice in that yet, so we'll yeah, the baler's sort of ready to go. It's actually, in actual fact, the stuff out the back might nearly bale before this stuff does. So you can see there, if I scratch that with my fingernail, you can sort of see there's still a bit of juice there, but you should be able to just give that a bit of a twist and it breaks straight away. So it's yeah, no, it wants a bit yet. So anyway, there's going to be a few here. So no, thanks for watching along. We'll wind this one up, and yeah, keep subscribing. Thanks to those that are commenting, and hopefully I'm getting back to you in due course. But yeah, we thought I'd punch out a couple of quick ones close together, so yeah, so in case you thought I was going to pull the pin on it. But yeah, no, we just had that holiday a few days away the other day, and yeah, so no, there's still yeah, as you can probably gather, there's still plenty happening. So yeah, a bit other stuff going on going forward. So yeah, just see how we're going for time. Just yeah, shearing coming up at end of February, which is about 5 weeks away. Yeah, scanning next week, scanning the ewes next week, so there'll be a bit of sheep work. I'm hoping we may get a chance to put a fourth stand on the shearing shed, so extend the shearing shed. So we'll just have to see how we're going for time. But yeah, so no, it's good, not bad this time of year. There are plenty of little fiddly jobs to do. There's a truckload of birds to spot spray around the place. So but yeah, we've actually, bit of news, we've got another guy starting for us, yeah, in a couple of weeks. So yeah, so that'll be a bit exciting. Tommy's going to finish up the end of February. So yeah, anyway, no, there's plenty happening. So yeah, thanks for watching along, and yeah, stick around, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Ta-da.